Hello investors and future investors, welcome back to the channel. For today's video, I'm going to show you my top 5 stocks that I'm using in 2025 in order to continue making consistent income and grow my portfolio. Now, if you have a small options portfolio and you're trying to grow it, or you're trying to get into options and you don't have a lot of capital, then you stumble on the right video. Welcome to Investment Gains. Let's jump right into it. Welcome back, investors and future investors. My name is Tim, and on this channel, I show you how I use my portfolio in order to make consistent income. For today's video, I'm going to show you how I use the top 5 stocks in my portfolio in order to make consistent income come 2025. Full disclosure, I already have all of these stocks in my portfolio. Now, are you tired of seeing these videos where they tell you, had you invested $10,000 in Amazon or Google way back then, you would have this amount now? Are you tired of seeing those videos? Because I am. But what if you had that opportunity in front of you right now? Would you take that opportunity? That leads us to our video today. So we're going to be getting down and dirty with options as usual, which means I'm going to be giving you the complete walkthrough of why I added these stocks to my portfolio and what strategies I'm going to be using in order to continue making consistent income. So without further ado, our first stock is going to be quantum computing, or QUBT. Okay, here we are on quantum computing, and guys, always do your own due diligence. Right now, we're in the AI revolution. And right after the AI revolution, in conjunction with the AI revolution, we're gonna have quantum computing. So you do have an opportunity right now to get in while it's still at the bottom. So that's why I've decided to add QUBT in my portfolio. Now I'm gonna go ahead and show you what strategies that I am using and what strategies you can use in order to make and grow your small account portfolio. So now we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna go to trade QBT options. And we're going to start off with our first stock on our top 5 list. So with QBT, you could do any option strategy you want. Since you're a small account, the main focus here is also to make consistent income. Now, can you buy this stock outright? Yes, you can. It's trading at a very good price. And like I said, we're at the beginning of the quantum computing evolution. So if I were to pick up this stock right now, I would buy it outright. And the reason for that is trading at a very decent price of $18.32. And once I buy 100 shares, this is the option strategy I would be using to grow my portfolio. So we're going to go to sell and we're going to go to call, and then we're going to choose our expiration date, and let's go with January 10th. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to choose a strike price that I'm comfortable with, and I'm going to be going above the current share price. And I will be going with the 29.5 strike price, and that's going to pay me 0.55 or $55. Each option contract is multiplied by 100 shares. Now, here's the kicker about using this particular option strategy and why I decided to go so high. This is a quantum computing stock. It's going to have very high fluctuations in both directions, up and down. So you need to cater for that. So let's say this stock goes all the way up to $29 and my 100 shares I bought, I now have to sell it. Well, it does not really matter because remember, we're trying to grow our small account portfolio. So now we're going to get the difference between the $29.50 and the $28 here, which is going to be about $11. Now, $11 multiplied by 100 shares, your portfolio is going to be up by $1,100 plus whatever premium you accumulated throughout this process. Now, let's say you're more bullish on this stock and you don't want to buy it right now, you want to do another option strategy, then this option strategy works as well. So now we're going to go to sell and we're going to go to put. Remaining with the exact same strike date, I'm going to go below the strike price right now. So once again, I'm going to be looking around that $50 range in order to collect premium. And that's going to give me 0.55 right here. And that's going to be 12.5 strike price. Now, once again, if this stock is trading at 18.32 and the stock will have a massive drop all the way back down to 12.5, then you save yourself a couple $100. And then you're going to be forced to buy 100 shares of the stock. In addition to you owning the stock now at 12.5 instead of 18.32, you also collected a bit of premium, which is going to be $55. So this is the number 1 stock in my portfolio that I'm using right now in order to grow my portfolio and make consistent income. The number 2 stock in my portfolio is a crowd pleaser, and that's none other than SOFI Technologies, ticker SOFI. So here we are on SOFI Technologies. And guys, once again, I know all these stocks intimately. I have done my own due diligence. So here we are on SOFI. I'm going to go to trade SOFI options, and that's going to open up my option chain. Now, with SOFI, the option strategy is going to be the same. I would do any one of them. I would buy 100 shares outright and start doing covered calls. But if you want to get into it right now and you're trading for small account, then I highly suggest you go with the cash secured put option strategy, which means you're going to go to sell, you're going to go to put, you're going to choose the strike date once again, which is going to be January 10th. And now we're going to choose our strike price below the share price. And I would be going with the $15 strike price and pick up $35 while I'm waiting for the stock to reduce from $16 back to $15. Again, you have an opportunity right now, today, in 2024, to pick up these stocks that will be running a couple of years from now. You have the opportunity. What you do with that opportunity is going to be dependent on you. So right before we jump into our third stock, if you guys are getting any value from this video, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you hit that notification bell to get an alert whenever I post a video. Now, looking at my analytics, 90% of you guys do watch my videos. However, you guys are not subscribed. I would really appreciate if you guys would subscribe, and that is the best way you can support the channel. We're going to go ahead and get into our third stock right now that I'm going to continue to use in 2025 in order to make consistent income. And that stock is going to be none other than AMD. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen AMD in the news. Now, I have been trading AMD for 4 years straight on, and I will continue using AMD. Now, if you're trading with a small account, AMD might be a bit too expensive for your account, but do not worry. I master in growing small accounts. So I will show you one option strategy that can be used with AMD in order for you to make consistent income as well. Now, the first stock we did was QBT, that is in the quantum computing space. The second stock was SOFI, which is in the finance space. I know a lot of people think it's banking, but it's actually finance. And the third stock is going to be AMD, which is now AI. So there you have diversified into 3 different sectors. So with AMD, this is what I would be doing if I have a small account. I'm going to be going to trade AMD options. Now I'm going to be going to buy and call, and now I'm going to choose a strike date far out. The reason we are choosing a strike date far out is in order for us to be able to control 100 shares of the stock. I will be going with the December 19th, 2025. Now, once you go ahead and you do that, you're going to go ahead and choose your strike price below the current share price. Now, I have a personal relationship with AMD. I have been trading the stock for years, so I know how the stock goes. So if I would do this right now, I would be going for either the 120 strike price or the 115 strike price. With the relationship I have with this stock, trading it for so many years, and the history I've been through with this stock, I know 120 and 115 are perfect strike prices to pick up right now. Now, in order for you to pick up this stock at these strike prices, you're going to have to pay $28.10. As you guys know, on this channel, I focus on making sure that every single option strategy we do will receive income. But this is just a stepping stone in order for us to control 100 shares in order to go ahead and make regular income. So I would be picking up the 115, and that's going to cost me $3,060. Now, once you have that in your portfolio, you're going to turn around right away. You're going to go over to sell and call, and now you're going to be making consistent income. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to choose the January 10th strike date once again. Now, remember, you do not own 100 shares. The strategy you just did is called a LEAPS option strategy, which stands for long-term equity anticipation securities. What that strategy does is that it gives you a controlling interest of 100 shares. So you're now able to use that 100 shares to mimic actually owning 100 shares. Now that you have the LEAPS option, this is what I would do. I would go ahead and start selling regular covered calls against it. Now, as you guys can see, the reason why I'm using these stocks is because the premiums are amazing. If you're doing options, your best bet is to look for these stocks that pay very high premium. Now, although the stock pay high premium does not mean you need to be greedy. Make sure you choose a chance of profitability that works with your own risk tolerance, and make sure with your chance of profitability you get a decent premium. Not nothing too low that you cannot survive off of, or nothing too high where it's absolutely ridiculous, you're gonna be assigned. So I would be going with the $139 strike price with a 91% chance of profitability, and that's going to pay me $50. Now, why the high chance of profitability? Once again, this is an AI stock, and this is a very, very good stock. So the reason for me choosing a high chance of profitability, I would not want to let go of my leaps, but I have no issues making regular income. Now we're going to go ahead to the top 4 stock I'm using in my portfolio in order to generate consistent income. And that's going to be none other than Rigetti Computing, RGTI. Okay, so here we are on Rigetti Computing, and once again, guys, always do your own due diligence. Rigetti Computing is another quantum computing stock that's just hit the airwave, and in my personal opinion, this stock is going to be growing exponentially come 2025 and beyond. So, how am I using this stock in my portfolio in 2025 in order to make consistent income? So, once again, we're going to go ahead to trade Rigetti options, and then now we're going to go to sell and call, and we're going to choose our expiration date of January 10th. Once again, this stock is also perfect if you're trading with a small account. And what I would do, I would pick up this stock right away. I'll just buy 100 shares outright. The reason for that is that it's trading at $16.52, which is affordable for any small option trader. I mean, if you are trading with options, your account should be a minimum of $2,000. Now, once I own 100 shares of Rigetti Computing, I'm going to turn around and start selling covered calls. So you go to sell, you go to call, you go to your expiration date, January 10th. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to choose our strike price. Remember, as you guys can see here, look at the premiums on these bad boys. They're amazing. And that's what's going to help you grow your small account. However, remember, do not be greedy. You're in this for the long run. So now I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to choose a strike price that's in line with my risk tolerance. I will be going with the $29 strike price, which gives me a 91% chance of profitability, and that's going to pay me 0.65 or 65. Now, the fact that I picked up 100 shares at 16.52, I'd want to keep this stock in my portfolio because I'm looking at this stock for the future outlook of the stock. But while I'm focusing on the future of this stock, I have zero issues making consistent income as I wait for this stock to appreciate. So with the $29 strike price, if this stock were to blast off from 16 to 29, then once again, you're going to make the difference between the 29 and the 16, which is going to be $13. That $13 is going to be multiplied by 100 shares, which is now going to give you $1,300. Once again, growing your portfolio. Now, do not forget the consistency. While you're waiting to be assigned on these shares and waiting for the stock appreciation, you're always going to pick up some kind of premium on a regular basis, which also going to help you grow your small account. Now, I did save the best for last. Now, my number one stock that I'm using in order to grow my portfolio in 2025 is going to be none other than Marathon Holdings, ticker MARA. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen me feature this stock a lot on my channel, and that's because just like AMD, I have been trading this stock for 4 years running. So now we on Mara Holdings, we're going to go ahead and we're going to trade Mara options. Now, with Mara options, I would not do a leaps option strategy. Neither would I do a cash secured put. The reason for that is that I know Mara always trades between $17 and $23. Now, as Mara trades between that range, and now it's trading at $18, which is close to the $17 mark, I know this is a good time to pick up this stock. So I would be, once again, buying 100 shares of this stock outright in order for me to go ahead and do covered calls. Now that I have 100 shares of Mara in my portfolio, I'm going to go to sell and call. I'm going to choose my expiration date once again, maintaining that January 10th expiration. Now, if you guys want to know why I'm maintaining a January 10th expiration as opposed to a January 3rd expiration, just let me know in the comments below. I'll be happy to explain to you why. Now, with Mara, I would be going with about an 80% chance of profitability because this stock is not going to move as much as the other stocks that I showed you before. Now, once again, this stock is in a different sector, which is going to be the crypto sector. So our first stock was QBT, which is in the quantum computing sector. Our second stock, SOFI, which is in the finance sector. Our third stock, AMD, which is in the AI sector. our fourth stock, RGTI, which is also going to be in the quantum computing sector. And now finally, we have Mara in the crypto sector. So your portfolio is going to be well diversified. Now, if you are trading with a small portfolio, feel free to choose one of these stocks and just stick with it. Just keep doing your process over and over again while growing your portfolio. Once again, do your own due diligence before choosing these particular stocks. This is just what I am doing with my portfolio in 2025 in order to consistently make income. So with Mara, I would be choosing the 20.5 strike price, which gives me an almost 80% chance of profitability. And for that, I'm going to be making about 0.58 or $50. Hopefully you guys see the trend here. I am satisfied making $50 on every single one of these stocks while I'm waiting for the stock appreciation. So in addition to my 0.58, when Mara moves up to the 20.5, I will get the stock appreciation value as well, in addition to my consistent income. So there you have it. Those are my top 5 stocks I'm using in my portfolio in order to make consistent income and grow my account come 2025. Once again, full disclosure, I do have all of these stocks already in my portfolio, which I'm trading for consistent income. Now, I'm curious to know, have you guys heard of any of these stocks before? And if that's the case, which one of these stocks do you guys have in your portfolio in order to grow your portfolio? Now, remember, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell once again. And most importantly, if there's anyone out there you think can benefit from the content of this video, feel free to share it with them. And until the next video, keep pushing your investments.